Deputy Minister Rizki, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon and here in Bangkok, Thailand. It's all right if I call you Kiki?
Yes, please.
Okay.
More easy.
All right, so I guess we'll start we'll take a look back from the big view first. So first, can you provide an update on the current status of travel and tourism in Indonesia, both in terms of leisure travel and corporate travel and MICE events?
Yeah. As you know, I think all of the countries experience very devastating condition last 2 years. In 2021, our tourism industry is very suffer because of the COVID. But surprisingly, Paul, this year, the tourist is bounced back in Indonesia. As you know that we are successful held the G20 just last November, and then it showed that the MICE travels is already back. I'm very sure also in Thailand or Singapore or other places in Southeast Asia. And for the total number of tourists come to Indonesia up to October is 3.9 million. We expected at the end of this year we can got 4.5 to 5 million of tourists. So it's for the tourism industry. I think this is very good news that people already want to travel again.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. So once Indonesia opened its borders, did you see any unexpected new trends from visitors to your country?
Actually, yes. Once that we surprised is long-haul travel, tourists come to Indonesia. Usually we have a tourist is from China, from Southeast Asia, yes, and Australia. Yes, we still have the tourists from Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia, of course, is the highest after the Malaysia. But tourists from United States now is number 5. So I think there is a lot of opportunity for these regions, I think, to tap a long-haul tourists. And then we also see there's a long-stay tourists come to Indonesia, especially in Bali. More tourists from Russia, from United States stay about 3 months to 5 months. I mean, when Liz mentioned about the digital nomad, I think there's no trend to digital nomad. And for the Indonesian tourists as well, because we are very large for the domestic tourists, we have more than 250 million populations. We saw that the young generation now travel. Not only, we have the program Staycation last 2 years, and then the hotel got the benefits of our program of Staycation. So I think this is also that help or support tourism in the industry in Indonesia because of our domestic tourists. And the other one is now is strong collaboration among the tourism sectors. So I think the positive things after the COVID is now we are working together, not. I'm talking about the ministry, I'm talking about the government, because before the government usually working by themselves, you know, my tourism sector working by tourism sector and others, but now we are, the collaboration among the government, the collaboration among the tourism sector is getting stronger and stronger. So I think this is very good for us.
Oh, that's a great thing. You know, I think we've always said it'll take more than one individual or one organization to help recover.
Yeah.
So now that we're looking towards recovery, what is Indonesia's recovery strategy? You know, in terms of leisure, corporate travel, and MICE moving forward, over the next few years.
Okay, I'm the Deputy Minister for Tourism Product Development and Events. And then one of my tasks is develop the new products for the special interest tourism. One is that I think now is very growing up is the wellness tourism. Wellness tourism, we have the strategy on health tourism, which is medical tourism and wellness tourism. As you know that before COVID, a lot of Indonesians went to Singapore and Malaysia for the treatment in hospital, but now they prefer just had the treatment in Indonesian hospital because now they know that our hospital also provide a good services and good doctors. And for the wellness tourism, it's getting popular after the pandemic. A lot of our small, medium enterprises produce not only when we talk about the wellness tourism, we talk about not only the product, we talk about the food, we talk about the healthy food, we talk about the physical activity. So this is now is very growing in Indonesia, and we have a conference this year about wellness tourism, and we hope that next year we can have again. And then I invite all of you to come to Indonesia next year for the wellness tourism conference. And also heritage tourism. We now have a new product surrounding the Borobudur area. We have this, and then I will share to you the Borobudur Trail of Civilization. We have new product that involve the community around the village in Borobudur area. I presume that you know Borobudur Temple, is it? In the Central Java, near Yogyakarta. So this is the place that we have new product in Borobudur. And also we have gastronomy tourism. We have the national program Indonesia Spice Up the World. We want to have an export food product, as well as to have a gastronomy trail in Indonesia. We have some examples in the remote area in Indonesia, in North Maluku, that's very famous because of the spices. During the Dutch time, we call it the spices road. And then we bring you some of the chocolate that came from the small island in North Maluku that my team will give it to you. I don't know how much that they bring, but can you imagine that the chocolate, the quality is very good, came from the small island in Indonesia, and it's and done by the community, by the women. So this is very important for us. So that's the new product that we have regarding the leisures and special interest tourism. But for the MICE as well, we now have a very good collaboration with the association in Indonesia, as well as with the other government institutions. So this is the one that we really hope that we can have more MICE events in Indonesia for the next year.
Oh,
yes.
Love to have an event in Indonesia.
Yeah.
So then, I think Liz was talking about remote workers and digital workers. So are there any new innovative initiatives that have been implemented as a result of the changes in child behavior as we've seen throughout the past 2 days, or work policies, like I said, regarding remote workers, digital nomads?
Yes, as you know, as I mentioned before, that the population in Indonesia, maybe now 40% is the young generations, and they are very digital literate. And then a lot of company now shifting from the traditional travel agents to digital online travel agents. So, and also we also focusing on development of human resource. We have a lot of training with the digital marketing and others to enhance the capability of our communities that can cope with the situation right now. And the other strategy, we have our minister always mentioned that our strategy is innovation, adaptation, and collaborations. So we adapt with the new situations, digitalization, something like that, and then innovations. We have now promote events as attractions. We have more than 20 big events. As you know that we have MotoGP right now. We have, and then next year we will have FIFA U20 we will have a FIBA in Indonesia. So there is a lot of sport event in Indonesia because our market is big, and then we also promote in in other regions in Indonesia. And the other one is collaboration. What I already mentioned to you now, the collaboration among the government, and we really want to collaborate with you all in order to make our industries growing, and then we can grow together.
All right, well, thanks. And over the past few days, over the past couple of days, we've talked a lot about sustainability. It's an important issue for the industry. How is Indonesia addressing this? I know it's pretty big on the agenda. What initiatives you are doing towards this?
Okay, thank you so much. I think that's a very important question because now we are shifting from the quantity tourism to quality tourism, where the sustainability is the basic things on our product that we want to develop. And we also already launched the carbon footprint calculators programs that we calculate the carbon that produced by tourism industry. And then now we are working with the community who manage like a mangrove area, and also we're working with the farmers and how to support them because of the carbon, because the climate change right now. So we now become our priority on ecotourism, that a new paradigm of ecotourism. It's not only ecotourism, you walking to the jungle, you have adventure, but the tourism that really put the focus on how to reduce carbon as well as to reduce waste. So next year we will have like a travel to go to the beach and clean up the beach. So we will have more product on sustainability packaging, something like that. So this is what we have now.
Oh, that's great. Well, I think we come to the last question here, and it's actually a really important question. So I do have to ask, and I'm sure probably a lot of people have heard about it. There's been some recent news regarding the imprisonment for those committing adultery. Mm-hmm. So would you like to take this opportunity right now to clarify the current situation in Indonesia?
Thank you so much for asking that question. I think this is really the place that I can clarify what will happen in Indonesia. I know there are lots of media talking about this, and then we heard that some tourists come to Indonesia, but actually this is misleading information. Fundamentally, actually that the regulation is already there before. But now there's adding some word that mention that only if it's separate, it's not related to tourism industry actually. The goal of regulation is actually to secure or not to violate the private space of the public, including visiting tourists and investors. The difference lies only the additions of parties who have the right to complain. Actually, the law is already there, but they add the addition of parties who have the right to complain. The article on adultery in the new criminal code will take the effects on next 3 years. So, if someone not husband and wife, stay in the hotel, and the wife knows, and they go to the hotel and they call the police that she not agree. So this is before actually some issues. People goes to the hotel in order to say that the hotel is not good, and they said there is misuse of the hotel. It's not for the tourism, but for hanky-panky things. But now, not all the people can do that. Only the family, the wives or the mother or the children who can not sue the hotel, goes to the hotel and then knock the door of the hotels. So the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of the Republic of Indonesia will make sure that ensuring that traveling in Indonesia is safe and enjoyable. And the Indonesian government is very respectful of guests and their personal affairs. And now the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy will conduct outreach the tourism industry in Indonesia so that there is no misleading in treating the tourists. So we have a plan, work with the Ministry of Law to educate the tourism industry, especially the hotel industry, that there's no relations between that law and the operational of the hotels. I hope this will, the press release will be in our website, indonesia.travel later on, but I already get the message from the minister to ensure all of you that we will treat the tourists as more enjoyable and safe in Indonesia.
Well, thank you so much for that. I guess this is the first public statement regarding the current news. So, you guys are very honored to actually hear that. So thank you so much for clarifying that and ensuring that travelers will be safe in Indonesia.
Yes.
So a big round of applause to the Deputy
Thank you so
Minister for being here and actually clarifying the statement. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.